Hi, everyone. My name is Mel Murphy. I own Separation and Divorce Coaching Ireland, divorcecoachingireland.com. And I wanted to talk to you about what is a divorce coach anyway, because it's so new in Ireland. I believe I'm the only certified professional divorce coach here. And I actually have clients all over the world. It's not just in Ireland, but it seems to be quite new here. So I wanted to let you know what is a divorce coach anyway. So different questions that people ask if they're thinking of getting a divorce coach. What if I don't want this divorce? Will I lose my kids? How will I survive? I'm so overwhelmed. How do I tell my spouse our marriage is over? How do I tell my parents and friends? How do I tell my kids? Is this a mistake? Will this ruin my kids' lives? Am I going to have to sell the house? Where am I going to live? Where will the kids live? How will this affect us financially? Do I have to share my retirement savings? Do I need a lawyer? I can't afford this divorce. How am I going to go through it? So a lot of people ask, what is a divorce coach anyway? And do I really need one? So I have a lot of different videos that talk about different clients that I work with. And I work with clients before they decide to separate or divorce, just trying to help them to avoid the divorce in the first place while they're going through the divorce and the overwhelm of the divorce. And then afterwards, when they come out the other side and they still need to kind of find themselves and decide where they want to go next, and I help them through that part as well to kind of live a more fulfilled life even after divorce. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Divorce, it might last a couple of years. It might last, between 1 to 5 or so years, 5 or 6 years. It's a long time, but in the whole breadth of your life, it's a moment in time, right? So don't get so caught up in it. Do what you can during that time, but know that this too will end and life will continue afterwards. So I'm there to support you through that period, keep you strong, help you get the best possible solution, as positive solution as possible, and then help you move on with your life and help your kids move on with their lives too. So if you're so fearful about your future that you can't make decisions, you have no idea what you're going to do once the divorce is final, you're super angry and emotional about it, or let's say your ex-spouse is super angry and emotional, taking it on you and children, how do you deal with that? You're not familiar with the legal process, you want to kind of get someone to hold your hand through it. So I'm not a lawyer, I don't do all the legal stuff, but sometimes after being in a situation where you're in court against your ex-spouse, or you come out from a legal meeting and there's been all kinds of things going on, you're super upset, you just need someone to contact and just kind of lean on a little bit. And you can't always ask family and friends to be there for so long to support you. You're not thinking clearly, and it's very hard to make decisions, so I'll help you sort through that cloudy part. Or you're struggling to figure out a parenting plan that's going to work, or how you're going to deal with the finances, and you're struggling to figure out how you're going to co-parent effectively. All these different situations are where a separation and divorce coach can come in and help you just clear the air, clear the fog, think more clearly, decide what's going to really work best for you, and then also how are you going to communicate that back to your ex in a way that might make them agree or bend, or how are you going to communicate more effectively with your ex, because maybe it hasn't worked well beforehand, and how can you walk in their shoes, and what are the tactics you think they're going to come at, what buttons do you think they're going to press, how can you avoid that, what can you do just to help yourself when they try to press your buttons, so you don't react the same way they expect you to, and all those different situations. So here's some feedback that I got from different clients. My divorce was 5 years ago, came as a shock. I was completely unprepared financially and emotionally to handle all of the challenges and unknowns. I was terrified and vulnerable, was stuck in indecision and unable to move forward effectively. I have 2 children, and I wanted what was best for them during and after the divorce. But at the time, I didn't know what that looked like. Fear and anger crept in and easily clouded my judgment. I wish I had known about divorce coaching at the time. I needed an ally who I could trust, and with a coach, I would have gotten support in making all the important decisions, and I would not have wasted valuable time or financial resources trying to piece together a team and a plan. A coach would have helped me navigate the emotional roller coaster and kept me on track when the stress threatened to derail me. So she came to me after her divorce, and I helped her kind of piece things back together. And she was like, oh, I wish I had known about you when I was going through my divorce. It would have just made things so much easier, would have saved me so much money, and I would have not made the same mistakes that I made back then. Someone else said, divorce is a very difficult time. There are so many uncertainties. Fear and overwhelm can hijack your brain and emotions. Well-intentioned advice pours in from everywhere. A divorce coach supports you to hear your own voice, to clearly understand and know your individual wants and needs and goals, and to create a plan for moving forward. And then a third person said, the greatest benefit to using a divorce coach is that often people don't want to use attorneys, and often the lawyers just perpetuate the conflict between the two parties. So when you use a coach, it kind of helps mediate the situation, and they reach an agreement between the parties that they wouldn't have otherwise. It's a kinder, more cost-effective approach, and it leaves both parties able to be friends instead of pitting them against each other. Another person said, a divorce coach is invaluable in building resilience and promoting emotional healing through the divorce process and beyond. Need help with communicating calmly and succinctly with the ex? How about learning how to manage the inevitable stress so that you can keep sleeping through the night? What about envisioning and creating your brand new life after the dust has settled? A divorce coach can assist with these issues and more. You also end up saving money when working with a divorce coach because you're dealing with the emotional fallout and that amount of time that you would have talked to your lawyer on all those emotional things. You're paying your lawyer a lot more than you would a separation and divorce coach. Unfortunately, I have to increase my fees in the future, but for now, you're paying lawyers a lot more. They charge you by the hour, and you could use that emotional time with a divorce coach instead of with a lawyer. So those are just different examples people have said about the benefits of having a divorce coach. I hope that helps explain a little bit more about what divorce coaches do, how I might be able to help you or a family or a friend who's going through separation and divorce. So look at www.Divorce Coaching Ireland. I'm also under Mel Murphy on YouTube. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. So you'll find me everywhere, and I post different videos and blogs, and I hope I can help you. I offer courses. So I've got different courses that are coming up that will have different modules depending on different topics that you want. So instead of buying the whole course, if you can't afford that, you can just buy each module at each at a time. So hopefully they're going to come out by April. I'm going to have a book coming out soon too. I've actually co-authored 2 other books in the past with similar topics. I have at the moment a drop-in session every Tuesday evening at 9:30. Once the kids are in bed, I have different topics, and then when you sign up for the session, there's different topics you can choose, and I'll make sure I discuss those if you're coming into the session. That's super cheap. It's only 25 euros. And then I have one-on-one coaching as well, and I offer different bundles for people if you want to do more than one session in a certain bigger topics you want to work through. And then I offer workshops from time to time. And I also work with different charities and organizations. I do different workshops for single parents, for people who are going through separation and divorce through the different stages beforehand, during, and after. And then I also do different public speaking events as well. So I'm a professional public speaker, and I love getting up on stage. I get really scared, but then once I'm up there, I love it. So hopefully this will help you or someone you love in the future. Thank you.